Hi everyone, it's Ernest from Back to Basics. Welcome back to my channel. Today's project we're going to be showing you how to grow coleus from seed. These plants were started 12 weeks ago and we'll show you how to get them going in enough time for you to be placing them outside. So stay tuned. So here are the varieties that we're going to be starting off today. The three on the left are your regular variety coleus, which grow 8 to 12 inches in height. And the two on the right are the Kong variety, and they'll be growing anywhere from 16 to 20 inches. So let's get these into the seed starter. Now the system I'm going to be using this year, some of you may be familiar with from my previous videos. This is the a seed plug starter set that I use. You can see here that it allows 7 by 7, so 49 seeds to be started in a space that's less than 10 inches by 10 inches. This is really great when you're trying to get things going and you don't have a lot of space for starting. The bottom of this tray, you can see, has these little posts on it. The nice thing about this system is when you fill this with soil and you place this on top, this nicely rests on top of these posts. You can see here that it leaves you a tray. You can pour your water in here and water your plants from the bottom. Also, once your plants have established themselves and they're growing up, the action of pushing this down, like this, forces those posts up and it pushes your plug with your plant up about this much. So it makes it really easy. You pick up your plant, you then put it into your cup or into your transplant, however you're going to do it. You'll see how this works as we progress along. So I just wanted to give you an explanation of this up front so you have a bit of an idea of why I'm using this. First thing we're going to do is just pour some soil into here and get our mix going. Now coleus require that you use a soilless medium. So what I'm using here is a very simple seed and cutting mix that I got at my local hardware store. And it's comprised basically of sphagnum peat moss and some composted softwood barks. And there's a little bit of vermiculite mixed in there and it's just perfect for seeds. I use this seed starting mix for everything. Now let's get the seeds on top here. Now a simple way that I keep track of what's going into each of these little sections is I just make myself a basic grid on my spreadsheet and label it with what's going in each spot, and then make sure you label the container if you've got more than one. Now as you can see, these seeds are really small. Just check by the size of my finger in these. It's a little difficult to be counting these out properly, but get yourself a piece of paper about this small and fold it in half. Take a pair of scissors, get a nice sharp corner like so, and just give a really nice angular cut. And then again like this. And you make yourself a kind of a dart like this. What we're going to do now is just pour our seed into here. Now take the seed and just pour it into this little piece of paper that I've showed you, see? Get the focus on there. So then just take a toothpick and just move them along like so and put them into wherever you're going to be planting them. So I'll show you how I do that. And you can see how you can put the center of this right where you want it and then just let it roll down. That way it's a little easier than you trying to do anything else. Now coleus doesn't get covered when you plant it, so you saw how small those seeds were. So the final step for us is to, now that they're just on top of the surface, is to just gently press it into the soil. Now I've completed doing all of these cells. Now it's time to get it watered. Just give each of these cells a good spray down to get everything moistened up. Now I've placed my seed starter onto a heating mat. Now this will keep it at a nice warmer temperature, and I will fill the bottom of this with water. Now if you were starting these off in regular seed starters, you might have these going into a tray of its own. You can do this the same way. I just find these really convenient. And there we go. Now if you have a regular type of a seed starter, just cover this up with some plastic, or if you do have a dome of some sort, just place that on here. Now this will remain on here under these lights and with water in the heater until the germination starts. And I'll show you the ones next to it, how this will look in a couple of days. This here is a tray that I started last week. It's of peppers. If you're following my ultra hot pepper project, you can see they're coming up really nice. If you're wondering about the lighting, I just have a one light fixture that I picked up at Home Depot. It's got 4 T5 lights on here, which really does a nice job. This is just sitting on some rope pulleys, which you can raise and lower. And I want to have these as low as I can now, so that when the seedlings come up, they don't get leggy. So that's it for this episode. Please join me again when we come back for episode 2 of How to Grow Coleus from Seed, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.